Maha Cartoon TV. The Lord, Deva. In a tiny quarter in Maharashtra lived a boy named Ganpati with his mother Devki. Ganpati's father had gone, leaving him and his mother all alone a long back. Ganpati used to get really disheartened on seeing his mother work so much all by herself. Ganpati was very young to be a help for his mother. After which, one day, "Mom, I hate to see you work so hard all throughout the day. I want to help you."
"Oh, my child, you are my little lord. You don't have to work. If I need your help, I will ask you."
"But Mom..."
"Oh, Lord, you genuinely don't have to do anything. But if you really want to do something, then do one thing. In a few days, Lord Ganesha is about to come to our quarters. Go out and help fellow quarter people in the preparations."
"Mom, you just see, we will make this event an enormous one."
On listening about the event for the welcome of Lord Ganesha, Ganpati was thrilled to make his contribution evident. After which, he, along with his friends from the quarters, started to prepare for Ganesh Chaturthi. When all the kids were preparing for the welcome of Lord Ganesha, just then, a car stopped nearby and a man stepped out of the car.
Oh, so our little angels are preparing for the welcome of Lord, huh? That's great. But sadly, the Lord won't be able to come here this year.
"But why?"
Because soon these quarters will be emptied. None will be spared.
"But why?"
Kids shouldn't ask so many questions, and especially when you don't concern them. Go, call your parents now.
The people who have been living in those quarters for over years came to know that their homes were being snatched away from their hands just like that. Kantram Lal was filthy rich and an eminent person, even though he appeared to be like a pastoral, but his works were huge. Just a few days before Ganesh Chaturthi, he told the quarter people that now they have to look for another shelter for themselves because he wants to build a resort there in place of the quarters. All the quarter people were petrified on hearing what the landlord just said. Everyone was afraid of what would happen to them now. The quarter people tried their level best to convince the landlord, but he did not listen. And after he had left from there, everyone started to talk to each other. "Oh Lord, what kind of a difficult situation we are in. We will all have to leave the place where we have been through so much."
"Oh God, I have given my entire life to these quarters. I won't leave my quarter till my last breath."
Trust us, Granny. We don't want to leave this place either. But what alternate do we have, huh?
"Oh God, please show us a way out of this situation. We cannot let our homes get destroyed just like that."
Why not talk to the lawyer and see something can happen?
Discussion, everyone went to talk to a lawyer, where they told everything to the lawyer. The lawyer, on hearing everything, asked them to come in some time. And so, everyone returned to the quarters, where all the kids were already waiting for their parents. And despite the kids asking multiple times, nobody answered and went straight to their respective quarters. And on seeing their parents disheartened, all the kids went to the park adjacent to their quarters.
"We won't let anything happen to our homes."
"Yes, Ganpati, we will certainly have to do something immediately. The landlord is being too harsh. He is so greedy that he can do anything for money.
Even last month he had cut the water supply just to save a few grands. This wicked landlord keeps doing something or the other to bother us. Enough is enough now. We won't let this greedy man disturb our parents' mental peace."
Yes, we will have to think of something that we won't have to leave our homes and that help us get rid of that greedy man.
You are right, Madhu.
But what are we going to do? Just can't think of anything that might work. Everyone tried to think of some plan to teach that greedy man a great lesson for quite a long time. But nobody realized when a new day began. And today was the day when the quarter people had to welcome the Lord Ganesha to their homes, for which they started the preparations. And just in some time, Ghanshyam Lal also arrived to the quarters.
So you guys won't give up, huh? No issues. Do whatever you want to do. But you better pack your bags and leave the quarters by next week.
The landlord left after warning and threatening them, but everyone ignored what the landlord said and concentrated on welcoming Lord Ganesha with a lot of celebrations. But the landlord got envious to see the happiness on the faces of the quarter people, and so, as soon as it got dark, he had cut the electricity of all the quarters. And in morning, everyone saw that the water supply of the quarters was also stopped. Ganpati and his friends weren't happy to see what the landlord had been doing, and so they went to the same park and started talking. They talked for quite some time, but they still couldn't think of anything. A woman who was sitting at some distance was carefully listening to the kids and went up to them.
I have been carefully listening to your kids talk. You all seem troubled. Can I help you in some way? You can tell me.
On asking, the kids told that woman everything that had been going on, to which the woman replied,
Oh, so this is the case. But I have heard that the land you are living on belongs to the government. So, how can that landlord build a resort on that land? Because the government has granted that land for people like us to live on and find a shelter. That landlord has no right over that land.
I think we have to do something about it real quick. Let's go.
But I believe that instead of going to the lawyer, we should think of something else that will help you get rid of that filthy man. And even you will be out of trouble.
But what will we do?
Now even that I should tell Ganpati.
Listening his name from the mouth of that lady, Ganpati was shocked because he had not told his name to that woman yet. And then, how do you know my name?
Actually, my son's name is also Ganpati. So I thought that I should call you by his name only.
What's your name?
My name is Arya.
This is one of the names from many of the goddess Parvati, right?
See? You are just like my son, smart and skilled. And that's why I call you by his name.
Saying this, that woman named Arya left from there. Now, even the kids had realized that what they have to do to teach that greedy man a great lesson. Everyone went to the quarters and unanimously hailed to Lord Ganesha. And on the day of idol immersion, all the quarter people stood firm and together. The celebration was at its peak. But no kid was present there at the celebration. Everyone started to panic for their kids. But then they all saw that all the young boys were coming out in their underwears. On seeing their kids undressed like this, the parents were shocked. They couldn't understand why the kids were undressed.
Oh Lord, what do you think you kids are doing? You know we have to leave for idol immersion, right? Go quickly, get dressed. If people will see you like this, they will laugh at you. Go get dressed.
Mom, we will come for immersion like this only. Nobody could think of anything that could be going on in the minds of the kids. Even after trying so hard to convince the kids, they were all reluctant to hear anything. And so, the elders had to give in and said yes for going to the immersion with the kids in their underwear. But what happened after the kids stepped out in their underwears were beyond their imagination. The entire public went nuts on seeing such a scene during the idol immersion. This act of kids walking undressed on the roads attracted a lot of eyeballs. people started to record them and share among their groups, and gradually the kids went viral. The kids, in fact, took over the news channels. This entire act of the kids spread like a wildfire. When everyone reached the spot for immersion, the news reporters were already waiting for the kids to come there, and they started to ask questions to the kids. And after the kids told them everything that was happening in their quarters, they also told the reporters that how Ghanshyam Lal was torturing the quarter people. It didn't take long for the government to figure out the entire matter. And so, they immediately took Ghanshyam Lal into custody. And during the immersion, when the kids got to know about it, everyone was super happy about it. And just then, Arya came there.
I told you that everything will be fine, didn't I?
Thank you very much for helping us out. You are the best.
You have helped yourself, Ganpati. There's a saying that even God helps those who first help themselves.
We couldn't have done it without your guidance. Thank you so much for that. Please come with us. We will introduce you to our parents.
And just then, Ganpati's mother Devki comes there.
Mom, I want you to meet someone.
As soon as Ganpati turns around, he finds no one there, which leaves him bewildered. But he just then looks at the ocean, where Arya is holding the idol of Lord Ganesha, and she immerses into the ocean along with that idol. And that's when Ganpati realizes that who guided them was none other than Goddess Parvati herself. And everyone starts to look at the sky and finds Lord Ganesha and Goddess Parvati showering their blessings on the kids. Somebody has said the truth, that the God is present everywhere and in everything, who is always guiding us in the right direction. The only thing we truly need is to focus on, is the direction they are pointing at. Lord Ganesha heard their prayers and preferred to send his mother to solve the issue the kids were facing, because who could better understand and guide the children than a mother? And that day, Lord Ganesha took all the problems of the quarter people with him and spread the happiness among them all. And from that day onwards, Ganpati and other quarter people lived freely without fear of anything and anyone.
If you enjoyed this video, do like, share and comment, and to be the first person to watch our videos, make sure to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for timely notifications.